So I'm going to use a very controversial four-letter word. David and Stephen. The Doctor has a wife. Or does he?
Steady the buffs.
Here we go.
Just Julie. I mean, I don't think that's explicitly stated in any script I read.
It is not explicitly stated, nor
I told you it was a four-letter word, and you see, I'm getting good at this radio interviewing. I'm throwing in little
That's
grenades.
lighting a blue touch paper in
It
the
is. I mean, I always thought it was his mum.
How would you know my name? I put it on the birth
I thought it was a future incarnation.
So you have fantasies of turning into Kingston.
I think
Go get some more coffee,
that's
David.
a headline for the tablet.
Take some time off now.
Yes.
Because what would be really alarming about that is clearly your future self fancies you. So I think the wealth
think it says a lot.
of detail about your interior workings. One day I might turn into Alex Kingston, meet myself and think, nice.
You know how we start this commentary with building up parts. There we go. He's off again.
I was just trying to find some other explanation to throw into the mix so that Julie's four-letter word isn't accepted as canon.
Absolutely nowhere in this episode or the other episode does it say that he's his wife, that she's his wife. So
that doesn't mean it's not true.
Could be. The implication is it could be. But she says spoilers. Now I've got in my head who she is. Obviously, I can't reveal it.
Yeah.
But I know who she is, and it's a bit more complicated than that.
Stephen, it sounds like there might be an ongoing story.
I don't know, I think it rather works. I think one of the things that's nice about this is putting the Doctor absolutely on the back foot. Because he does like to prat about and show off a bit.
Yeah.
And he likes to sort of be the Doctor and be fantastic. And someone just comes along and manages him. She manages him throughout it because she's got this man who, for whatever reason or whatever the relationship is, she absolutely adores. And as far as she's concerned, she's meeting the boy version. You know, the one who isn't quite there yet. In her mind, she's thinking, God, this is a teenager. He's a bit hormonal. He's a bit emotional. Just calm yourself down. And I think that's quite fun. Because he's always king, and he really isn't this time around.
It's an interesting idea as well as to, by the end of the story, he really, he presuming faithful viewer, you've watched both episodes now. He accepts that she is who she says she is.
Yes.
He accepts that she will become an important part of his life.
Yeah.
I then wonder if he then goes off and seeks her out, or if he then waits for her just to sort of fall into his life. And I wonder about
you're a bit of a romantic, aren't you? That's kind of quite
it depends which version of events you thought I was favouring.
but thinking about it suggests a certain romance.
Oh yeah, well
I think there's a romance and there's a slight dread about it.
Yeah,
because he's seen her. All right, he does preserve her in a way. He gives her an afterlife, but he sees her die in front of him.
Sure,
and he's got to meet this person.
That's true of many marriages.
Yes, but you don't normally see that
I've said
first.
The marriage word now. I'm expanding on what you
really are.
Many relationships.
We're going to stick absolutely.
There's non-canonical marriage. It's not true. It is not true, just Julie, of many marriages that they start by watching the other one die and then progress for many happy years.
And then meet them.
I don't know if you're having trouble. Do you want to talk this through? That's not a normal way. There's a dying bloke. I wonder if he's busy later. Bugger, he's dead. Do you see where you're going wrong?
Well, they don't
Dating
leave.
with Julie Gardner.
They don't leave.
No wonder it's just Julie.
Okay, maybe we should look at what's on the screen. What do we think?
We're now right in the middle of a scene which opens up this question pretty much for the first time, isn't it?
That's right. I love this little bit.
It's beautiful. And the colour, the blue, it's beautiful. It's a great location.
And a little TARDIS book.
Yeah,
I love the little TARDIS book. I wonder where that's gone.
Was that a stage direction, or is that Thomas's team?
I said she's got a book of TARDIS blue. I said
right.
And they decided to put the panels on.
I love the panels on that book. I in fact want that book. I wonder where it's gone.
That and the Journal of Impossible Things from last year, which was also a beautiful prop.
No, it was.
Both of those.
Yeah.
Do you think they're on eBay?
Shoved in somebody's bag, haven't they?
I'm going to do a full
somebody's left up.
They actually wrote wee stories in there for him. There is Crash of the Byzantium is in there.
I wasn't allowed to read it.
Well, of course you're not.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, man. It's against the rules. There's the Doctor getting a little bit. Someone's touching me.
Yeah.
It's a girl.
It's Moll Flanders. That's what. See, I've never seen an episode of ER.
Alex Kingston was great.
I'm sure she was, but I remember from Moll Flanders, which is
in
a way
Why
slightly
have you
more.
seen ER?
I've never seen ER.
You're mad.
Well, it's also about 24 years in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel the completist in me would have to start from the beginning.
That's the trouble with me too. I have to start from the beginning. But I have seen bits and pieces of ER because Sue watched it. So I was aware about that. But I know
I'm aware that it's
I
meant to be
have
great.
inexplicably more vivid memories of Mall Flan.
Would
you
that
see
be
it,
the
Julie?
costumes?
I
I
it
did.
was a very.
There
very
weren't a lot
fun-
of costumes in a
No,
lot of
that was-
scenes.
They were Buddhist
That was
ribbon
good.
costumes.
Yeah,
It was yes.
marvelous.
But it was nice to meet Alex.
How long before you can make eye contact? Hello, Alice.
Oh my lord! Order.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. I worked, obviously, as you know, with Gina Bellman for many years in coupling. Took me about 2 years to be able to speak to her without blushing from my
Well, and
toes
we
up.
can confirm, David, he's looking a little bit pink at this point.
He is, yeah.
But they're all very well defined, and also in the casting.
The casting's
because obviously they're
brilliant,
all
yes.
wearing those very uniform suits, but you can still tell them apart, even though you call one character Proper Dave and the other Dave.
I really love that. I was really
It's a
pleased with
great
Proper
idea.
That's
Dave
a
and Other
great
Dave.
gag.
That's a
It
great
says
idea.
everything about Other Dave that he accepted the title of
Yeah.
Other Dave.
Yeah, it does.
Did you think, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll be Other Dave then. And you'll be Proper Dave. It's not even Dave and Other Dave.
Yeah.
It's Proper Dave. Yeah, you can sort of imagine there was a television series where Alex Kingston sort of rode around space with her little team of Daves and Anita. Probably romantically linked with all of them.
What, you don't think she's faithful to her husband? I'm not suggesting who her
Why
husband
would she
might
be faithful to her husband if she didn't have one?
Well, she might not have a husband. If she were to have a husband,
We're just...
I think she'd be faithful to him.
David, I'm going to call you just David. You've joined my group. You're there. That was
I'm just
so
debating.
honoured. I'm with you.
She's a 51st
River Song.
century
Impressed.
woman. Come on, we know about the 51st century. That outrageous.
Well,
Don't tar
Not
everyone with
everyone's
Captain
Captain
Jack's
Jack.
brush.
I know.
Oh, can I get that image out of my head?
Captain Jack's
I'm going
brush.
to pop
Thank
out for
you.
a while.
Thank you, David. It's all going so wrong.
Let's keep Captain Jack's brush out of this.
You can't. Ever.
Well, that's an interesting confession now. No, this is where my kids, and I showed them this episode, just said, oh no, why are you doing that?
Don't walk into the spooky room on your own.
Don't you know
No
anything,
one's listening to
don't
me,
walk
so,
in.
so I will now go into a spooky room on my own, quite a long way into it, in the hope that everything will probably be okay. Haven't you ever seen this show, you fool?
Now, the squareness gun, of course, you invented, Stephen, didn't you, for
Yeah.
Captain Jack?
The squareness gun, and it is, of course, as I think I've pointed out in Who Covered This as well, it's the same squareness gun. The squareness gun would have ended up in the TARDIS. At the end of The Empty Child, he'd have taken it back to the TARDIS. He didn't expect to be leaving in Parting of the Ways, so River Song just picks up the same squareness gun from the TARDIS, and that's his. That's Captain Jack's
I
squareness
feel I
gun.
should tell.
Which means
people-
River Song's been in the TARDIS a lot.
She's been in the TARDIS. I'm not saying what she was doing there.
Are you saying she woke up in the TARDIS one morning?
Just David is
Many
back.
people wake up in the TARDIS. Nothing remarkable or unusual
Sure.
about
No,
that.
I'm not saying there's anything remarkable. I'm just gathering all the facts we can.
Okay, now it's
And she'd go around looking for
It's my
props.
role to point out that both of you had too much coffee.
Yeah.